Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Last Page podcast. We are your hosts, Mariana and Niki.
Surprise, shawty!
We're together in person, in human form.
Reunited, and it feels so good, guys.
You guys, we are such liars. Like, so many times we had to edit out the fact that we were going to New York City.
That is so true.
We just got back last week because our beautiful, beautiful best friend, Lindsay, got her ring.
Woo! Yes, shout out. We talk about Lindsay, I feel like, half the time on the podcast. And we had indeed planned a secretive fly out to New York.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean her fiance. Got everyone together. We flew out to New York and surprised her. So we weren't able to talk about it. And we were always recording leading up to it being like, we can't wait for New York. And we're like, oh, cut that out.
I know.
And it was magical.
I told her too. And she said that was so funny. Because
not that she literally listens at all, but
we would say, I feel like we would say like, and then when I see you, and then I'd go,
yeah. We're like, oh, because we weren't supposed to be seeing each other until like the holidays, basically. But yeah, you know, we're back together now. We are back home in California because Mariana was, you know, if you're in New York, might as well come to California, you know?
No, literally. I was like, well, I'm halfway there. And it does break up the flight because it's 6 hours. 11 hours total if I just came straight. But it's like 6 hours and then another 6 hours. Like, oh, what's another 6 hours?
Might as well. Come see the fam. Come see me. Come see Jorah, my cat.
The beach. I went to the beach today and I saw it. And I haven't seen the beach. I've seen like Irish Sea. But like, I miss the beach. I was like, do you want to go put your feet in it? And it's like, no, I don't have either.
Well, it's the perfect beach day, guys. It's October. It's literally 90 degrees in Southern California. So
I'm like sweating right now.
No, yeah, it's so hot. As we're both literally in like long sleeves, like
so
bundled under
warm.
a blanket, whatever. But yeah, I mean, what do we recap about New York? It was perfect. I love New York so much. We went all around. We did all the things. I feel like now, well, you lived there for a while and I've been so many times that we don't have to do the touristy stuff anymore, which is kind of nice. So we get to just go vibe. It was so fun.
It was so fun. I missed like, obviously London is so walkable, but it's just, I know New York so well and I know the train and everything and I'm not getting lost. And I think the longer I'm in London, I'll feel the same way. But I just felt like, it was like, I was like, I know where to go, you guys. Or if I didn't, I'd be like, oh, I kind of feel like you can figure it out.
It's like easy to get around.
And it's so small. God, this is perfect.
Well, that's the crazy thing about London is to me, I'm like, oh, London is kind of the same because they got the tube and all this stuff. But London is so big.
Everything is far.
Yeah.
But it was nice. We got coffee. We got Blue Bottle. We were staying in the city and the proposal and like all of the activities were in Brooklyn. So it was a bit of a trek every time.
A little bit, yeah.
But so worth it for our little win.
Yeah, it was magical, guys. So just know that we have another engaged lady amongst us. One of these days, maybe we'll have her a cameo on the pod. She doesn't read, but that's okay. We've gotten her. She did read the entire ACOTAR series. She's working her way through Fourth Wing. So we're proud of her for that. Yeah. And her fiance, you know, we'll probably more likely get David on the pod because he indeed is a reader. And so we'll see. But so exciting.
It was so nice too, just quickly on everything that happened in New York. Literally, she's so loved, and all of our friends were there.
It was perfect.
Everyone flew in. Everyone hid their location.
So romantic, so magical,
so perfect. Like David, if you're listening, you killed it. So all of our friends were there from many, many places: LA, Chicago, you know, the works, and it was just so sweet.
He's like a photographer, so he set up a art gallery for her of all their photos that he's taken of them throughout their relationship. And it was I was sobbing.
Yeah. No, like you guys,
heaving,
Niki
sobbing.
Was unwell.
No, I was not well. I also literally had an anxiety attack 10 minutes before she got there because apparently I needed to make it about me. And I was like, I'm nervous.
Like, how can I?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not literally involved in this at all. I'm so nervous. So I was freaking out. Then she came in and I was like, oh, I'll probably cry a little bit. I was so unwell. It was beautiful. I just love love. I couldn't help myself. I'm literally sobbing. And I was the one who was filming it, right? Okay, stupid. I'm in behind the camera, literally. And I need to listen back to the video.
Like, David, here's your video.
Yeah, it's me heaving in the back. I'm looking at Ricky. I'm like, he's like, okay.
He's like, anyway.
Yeah.
Lynn said yes. So
she did. It was so special. And she's got a big giant rock and we love that for her.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, New York, we were there for like a whole week.
It was so fun.
We got to go to Bibliothèque, which was really cute.
Yes, that was so fun. If you guys are in New York, Bibliothèque is I'm sure everybody knows, but if you're visiting, it's like this really cute coffee shop / wine bar at night. And it has like a whole book room where it's just very like couch vibes, really chilled, so beautiful.
I know. I want to live there. Like it was like floor to ceiling bookshelves.
Huge, tall ceilings.
So nice. Maybe we can insert a photo here.
Yes. Ding. It was so pretty.
It was. And we got to meet one of your friends.
Yes. Another fellow reader, which we love. It was just so fun. And I feel like it was perfect fall vibes, because I know in London it's been cooling down, but here obviously it's like, I mean, we had a little bit of cool weather.
I brought like 5 jumpers, and Ben's like, I brought like coats, and we haven't worn anything. I'm wearing this and I was sweating.
Yeah. No, I didn't even know we were going to get a heat wave, but in New York it was like chilly. There was a couple days that were like a little too cold for my liking, but for the most part it was the perfect like chilly but with sun, and just
or like sunny but like windy, like which I don't really love. But
I don't love the wind, but
the corner bookstore.
That was really cute. Upper East. We were just vibing.
I know. We kind of like had big plans.
Well, yeah, we were really like, oh, when we're there, we're going to go to all these bookstores and we're going to do all these TikToks and we're going to record all these things. And like, you know, it just didn't happen, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
In the cloud of love.
Well, we were there for a friend's trip. We roomed together with the boys. It was such a cute little twinny moment. And I think once you come back for the holidays, we're ready to put the pedal to the metal, guys. So just know... share this podcast with your friends. Tell them that you think we're really cool. We're trying to get famous so we can be rich and like make this even better for you guys, because currently like we've got a bit of a bootleg setup going on, but that's okay.
And this episode is coming out late.
Yeah, the episode's coming out late. I quite literally finished the book 10 minutes before we started recording. She finished it a couple hours ago. I was audiobooking this morning. I literally went from 50% to finished in the last 24 hours.
I think it took me a day and a half. Like I basically read most of it yesterday, and then I had the longest day, you guys. I went to LA, and then we drove back down to SoCal, and it's just like, it was perfect because I still had like 3.5 hours to listen to. And I was like, you know what? I'm popping this on. Ben was in the car, and I was like, isn't this crazy? And he goes, oh, I'm like, I haven't been listening to the
He's like, I literally have no idea what's talking. Even from the beginning, I was confused. And so imagine coming in at like 80%. He's probably like, what's going on?
Yeah. But I kind of liked it.
I liked it. I'm excited to talk about it. It's weird because I do this every time. When I have a book that I need to finish by a deadline, I procrastinate to the point where I ruined my reading experience.
I hate being told what to do. I'm like, you know what?
That, and also like having to rush through it. And I was audiobooking. So like, I like audiobooking, but I had it such fast speed. I wasn't fully invested. I was just worried about finishing it. And so it kind of took away from the story for me, but I'm definitely like, I'm in. So
I think this is the first book that I've read, like fantasy or romantasy, that I've listened to like 90% of it. And I read quite a few pages, and I just enjoyed reading it so much more.
Yeah.
Versus like being narrated to me. I don't know what it is about fantasy. I think
fantasy audio is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the voices. But anyway, besides that, just know that our wrap-up episode is going to be really short because I literally read 3 books.
Oh my God, same.
I don't want to read. Like, I don't feel like reading. And I left my Kindles in the hotel.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the biggest breaking news of the day, is that she has indeed Kindle down, mama.
I'm Kindle down.
Kindle down, mama.
And now it's going to say like Mariana's 3rd Kindle. If I get a 3rd Kindle. And it's like, really, it's my 2nd one, because my real second one is gone. So like, it just feels wrong. I'm like, that's inaccurate. But I was really sad. I did call them and they said, no, you didn't leave anything. I called them twice. Both times they said nada. So
devastating.
I was really sad.
Yeah. And then I brought you the physical copy and you were able to read a little bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I should probably read my physical TBR. So maybe this is a how it's meant to be. Yeah.
But then once you get back home, you'll have your other Kindle and you'll be back on your Kindle. Exactly. So. I know. I don't know what it is about this time of year. I feel like normally during this time I'm interested in reading. I think I've just been so busy, but like I'm not really in the reading mood. Although I do think this book got me a little bit back into it, because I think I might just end up jumping in straight to the next one. Yeah, because I'm like, but I don't know. There's so many fall.
I'm like looking at your TBR.
I know. I have my bookshelf right here. I have so many fall books that I wanted to read for Halloween, but literally Halloween is in 2 days. And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to get to those. So I'm like, I guess I'll just save it for next year.
Or you could just read.
I'd be honest. Or I could just read them.
Yeah.
I guess it's fine. But it's like witchy. It's like little witchy books, you know? Yeah.
I did read, and I'll save my thoughts for the wrap up, but I did read my second Allie Hazelwood book.
Which one?
On the flight over. The Love Hypothesis.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I kind of liked it. But I think it's because there's a cast. Like, they've casted Lily Reinhart and don't look fun. Theo James. And he's a fly, man. And I liked their narration and everything, so.
Well, to be fair, I've read 3 Allie Hazelwood books, and that was the one I liked the best.
Oh, okay.
The other 2 ones I like actually despised with my entire soul, so.
Yeah.
Not a great track record.
Yeah,
2 for 3.
I think I'll give her one more chance.
I'm done with her. I love you. I can't do it.
Is that her? Love Theoretically?
Yeah, it is.
I might give that one a chance because I didn't mind it. It was kind of funny, but like, you know, I'll give you the rating. This is a little Easter egg.
Yeah, I fear that I read 3 books this month, so.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be a short one, but maybe we'll have more to contribute with like what we have on our TBRs. Because look, I'm still hopeful that I might finish my reading goal. It's not looking great, especially considering Q4 is always my busiest time for work. So we'll see. But you know, I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, I think. Niki started reading Strange Sally Diamond.
I did. I'm audiobooking it, guys. The audio is so good. I feel like I like it. Adds to it more even than reading it. So it's. I mean, I can't talk too much about it. It's very scary though. So
it is spooky. But didn't I do a good job at selling it?
No, you definitely did, for sure. I was telling Haley about it, who, again, we always talk about these people, Lindsay and Haley. Here we go. Yeah, producer Haley. I was telling her about it yesterday, and I was describing it to her, and she's like, what the actual hell is that book about? And I was like, I can't even tell you.
It's like about 5 things at once. Yeah. Anyway, peace and love.
Okay, well, do we jump in? Okay, guys, so full disclosure, we're going to try and switch it up a little bit with how we break this book down, because obviously we're talking about our October book club read, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig.
Did we tell you that already?
Yeah, by the way, hello, welcome. Hopefully you watched the title before you clicked. But normally we kind of go in chronological order of the book. It ends up being really, really long episodes. And I feel like it ends up being more of a recap rather than even a discussion.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and kind of generally do that, but also just chat and give you our thoughts and answer questions and stuff. So hopefully you'll have to let us know in the comments what you prefer.
Yeah. I think it could go one of 2 ways. It could either just be us just randomly remembering things because we read it literally a minute ago and an hour ago, or 2, it could be really, really insightful and you guys love this, so just tell us.
Well, it's definitely not going to be that, but you know, it might be a little bit more fun to listen to than the chronological order. I don't know if insightful is ever going to be something that people used to describe us.
I think I'm very insightful and retrospective, as we all have learned.
I will say though, you know what we really ate down 6, 7 skibbity rizzed on is our Onyx Storm deep dive. That one we had thoughts for sure. So
yeah, is anybody reading or diving into like ACOTAR or the Empyrean series, Fourth Wing? Are you guys back on that this fall, winter? Because I want to reread, so maybe we can like do that together.
I want to reread ACOTAR, but I'm gonna save myself for the next book.
For marriage, yeah, okay.
Like once we get a date announcement, then I'll reread it.
I feel like they're teasing me.
I know. Well, maybe if you read Throne of Glass, you'd fill the void. That's crazy.
Let's dive into our
Oh, she's so annoying, guys. Tell her to read Throne of Glass. Thank you so much.
No, it's not that I don't want to. Okay. Wait, people, you're so annoyed by us, this conversation. So we're going to move on.
No, yeah, they're annoyed because they want you to read it. That's why they're annoyed.
Nobody has given me a convincing enough thesis besides you the other day when you said it's like is he like so obsessed with her? And you're like, yes. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, there's like 1 million people obsessed with her and it's great.
Perfect.
And also I would just like to say, this is my last thing. Most people say that they like it better than ACOTAR, and you loved ACOTAR and you didn't want to read that until I forced you. So I think you need to listen to me again and read this one. And I will say I didn't like it as much as ACOTAR, but it definitely scratched the same itch and I miss it. I miss it.
Okay. I think I'm going to dive into the second book of this. Two Twisted Crowns is what it's called, I think.
It's definitely less intimidating that it's only 2 books, which I love. Yeah. I wish more fantasy books were a duology or even a trilogy. I'm like, I can't commit to 8 books. That's crazy.
I know, but I kind of now, I really liked it and we'll talk about it. So I kind of wish there was 4.
More. I know. I'm like, how are they going to wrap this up in only one more book?
I know. I felt like I saw... Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay. So do you think we should start by giving like a general, like what we generally thought? Or should we save that for the end?
Yeah, should we just do, like, what is the book about? Like, kind of like the synopsis. We're workshopping this as we go.
Yeah. You guys let us know. Okay. So actually, I would like to say something. So the way that this book was pitched to me by a million people and by TikTok is that it's kind of loosely based on tarot cards, which I would like to say this is literally not at all based on tarot cards. I don't know why that was like what was pitched. It's like cards, but I don't think it has. To me, I was expecting it to be like a deck of cards that like. I just thought that was interesting. To me, it felt more like just like random cards.
I never heard that take, but to me, it kind of felt like the cauldron kind of thing, where like she was dipped in and given a gift. So
to me, it was like Horcruxes, like Harry Potter Horcruxes.
Yeah.
You know, because they're like going and collecting or whatever.
Very spoiler for Hector.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, you know, it's fine. That's not really a spoiler, but yeah, I have so much to say. Okay. I have so much to say. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so basically, it's about this girl Elspeth. We all know this. She has this infection that has been plaguing the people of this town and Blunder, and there's a big mist that's come over the town because the spirit of the wood. See, it's like, how do you even describe it? Like, the Shepherd King was trying to barter for this. I don't even know. I literally don't even know how to describe it. Like, there's cards. There's the Shepherd.
Read it, you guys.
I mean, if they're reading it, if they read it, they're here. They read it.
Yeah. Okay. So you read it.
So you know what it's about. You know what it's about. We don't need to recap it. Basically. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So remember 5 minutes ago, we're going to be like really insightful, and this is like actually going to be
like really insightful.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like to say, overall, there was a couple things that I really liked and a couple things that I didn't love, and maybe we can dive in. I loved the characters. Like, I liked her. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a really unique magic system. I feel like we've seen the same shit over and over, and I'm so glad it wasn't like a shadow wielding shadow daddy and like all the same stuff we've seen from every book. Quicksilver, it's the same stuff. It's like a carbon copy. And I'm glad that we had something new. I thought the cards was really interesting. I felt like there was a lot to uncover. I thought that was really cool. I almost wish we didn't get any, like, maybe they could have kissed in this book. I did not like that we got a sex scene already.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like it felt random to me. And B, I was like, because I was really happy. I was like, oh my God, there's so much like yearning, and it's slow burn, because I want slow burn. I'm like, I don't want them to even touch in this book. So I was kind of hoping that wasn't going to happen yet. I didn't mind it, but
you wish she waited for marriage.
I do. And that one, that took me out of it slightly. Like, I was proud of her for not doing it, and then she did it, and I was like, gosh darn.
I feel like I agree with everything. I feel like it was very unique. I didn't love, like, comparing it to the other fantasy book that I read this year, which was obviously Onyx Storm, which you guys already know my thoughts, and I really did like it, and I like her writing style. Quicksilver, not so much. I felt like this was like a good in between, and I really liked her style. I liked her character development.
I loved her writing.
Yeah, I liked her little, like, all of like the yearning that you can, obviously I was listening to it, but when I was reading it, I was like picturing it in my head, and the details around Raven and his character, and he's like broody, but like you can see him warming up to certain people, and like his relationship. I felt like the relationship with the main characters and others were pretty well developed. Like Ione, like I felt that for her.
Yeah.
But I didn't love the sex either, but I didn't mind it. It was just like one, and it was very like PG.
It was PG, which I kind of liked. Yeah. Because I felt like sometimes it's hard to write smut into such a high stakes fantasy book, because it's like, it feels like a cheap add-in.
Yeah.
And this one I felt like was a tasteful, like it worked. The other thing that I was going to say, I honestly, like, I kind of wish it was just longer. Like, I wish, because I wanted more. It's so hard because I compare everything to ACOTAR, which I know you can't do. And even with Throne of Glass too, but that is like huge long series of books, but I felt like I didn't know, especially Raven. I was like, I don't feel like I know him as a character yet. And it was like, I don't know, I was just like, I wanted more of his backstory. I wanted more of his motivations. I wanted to hear more of, and I think it's hard because we were in first person in her head. So it's like we don't know, you know, but I really wanted to have a scene or series of like months where they trained together, which I guess is like cliche, that happens in every book, but it's like that to me is when the main characters get to know each other and fall in love. Like having like, because it felt like they didn't have very much time together before they were like fully in love with each other. And I was like,
But I feel like that was intentional. Like I feel like the fact that we didn't get a ton on Raven, but we got little clues like the Shepherd King is a descendant of the U in some sort.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I feel like there was like a lot of like breadcrumbs that I think for the next book, and we'll find out maybe tonight if we read it, but like we'll find out. I think that will all kind of come together because that with the U, also their relationship with like the physician, and like maybe something there with like the family history.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy when we found out that he is also an infected.
Yeah.
It showed like why he had a sweet spot for her, because he was like, oh, she gets me. And she on her side too was like, he's the only person who really seems to get it, because he's also like has this like situation. So that was interesting.
Literally is such a handsome little guy.
Oh, of course he is. Of course. And she's, you know, tiny, frail. So
if anyone listened to it. Okay, so I was going to say something on that. Her being like a little tiny, frail little girl. But then she didn't know combat. Like, I thought that was, like, a good difference in everything else we've gotten, where, like, they've trained for survival.
Yeah,
like, she's kind of not trained for survival. She's trained to lie and to hide.
Well, but then because she had the nightmare, it made perfect sense of why she was able to kick butt, because it was him. So it's like, whereas in other books, it's kind of like, oh, there's this frail, tiny girl who immediately overnight, like, learns how to fight. Like, yeah, sure, okay. So, yeah.
I liked that. But I do think that probably book 2, and I don't know because I haven't read the synopsis even, will be more about his family's history. Because also, like, the Shepherd King's castle ruins, whatever, I clocked immediately that it was a cemetery. The tombstone.
Oh, see, I didn't, but I clocked immediately that it was the one from her dream at first, where the guy was sitting on there or whatever. And I've written this in Fable. Also, guys, if you are not in our Fable group, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you are, unless you just happened upon us. We have a Fable group where you can read and comment chapter by chapter as you read. Also, shout out to Anna. Anna, if you're listening, you had some very insightful comments in there, Mama, and I appreciated it. She was coming. Literally, I felt so dumb because I was
like, okay, Anna.
Yeah, I would come
analysis.
Literally, she had full paragraphs of like beautiful analysis, and I would come in and be like, oh, here we go, with a little smirk face. Like, I'm like so stupid.
Like, they did it.
Yes. But one thing that I'm so fixated on is there was a point so when they went to the ruins or whatever, she was like, oh, it's like all these walls and then one dark window. And I was like, oh, well, that's obviously something, because one dark window, hello. And then there was also a quote where I think it was her aunt said that she looks like her eyes are dark windows.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh my God, like that has to be, I was like, that one dark window, especially if that's the name of the book, like I think it has to be some sort of like portal or something. Like I thought it was going to be the key to unlocking the nightmare to come out. But I was like, that has to be, I'm waiting for the next book where that has to be connected, you know?
And also, maybe we can talk about the characters a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive into characters for sure.
So the way that Elspeth has kind of been able to steer clear of, you know, going to the doctors and getting murdered because she's infected, and that's what they do to the infected, is because her dad, who seems like a pretty important guy, sent her away, which to her seemed kind of like mercy. Like he's like, he knows that I'm infected, but like he's
because isn't he he's in the Destroyers, right?
Yeah, he was the captain
before Raven.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, he kind of had to. Yeah, it's sad because I ended up like liking the dad and having a sweet spot for the dad. Also the way that he, like, of course it was like a Cinderella, like stupid stepmother, stupid whatever, but he like never got over her mom.
I know.
And like had the lilies or whatever it was irises in the house. Is that right? And then the part, I think so. And then the part where he like brought her the card because he was like, this is about your wife or my wife, like whatever. That was sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was So she's with her aunt, who is the sister.
Yes,
of her mom.
The mom, yeah.
So her aunt on her mom's side and her uncle. Ugh. And
wait, we're going to have to get to that because I was so confused about that.
Okay, so she's with the aunt, the uncle, and Ione, and then the two little brothers that are maniacs. And so I really loved her relationship with Ione in the beginning because she just kind of seemed like, oh, I wish I had her life, because her life was being an infected person that kind of had to stay in the shadows. Where Ione, everything the author used to describe her was kind of like ray of sunshine, where now that we know that she is betrothed to the prince and, is kind of withering away. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And then the uncle. Let's talk about him, Kieran.
Okay, so at the end when he betrayed her or whatever, so we confirmed that it was of his own free will. Yeah. Okay, because that was confusing to me because I didn't want to believe it. I was like, well, he definitely like got coerced by the Sith card or whatever. Like, why? What's going on? But like, no. I don't understand what the motivation was.
I think he's just wants power. Like, that's why he sold off Ione. And like, yes, she also kind of wanted that too, like a better life for herself, which fair. But like, I think that he kept the card for so long until she was of age, I guess, in order to send her off. But yeah, I think he was just an asshole.
Yeah, that confused me a little bit because I didn't understand. Like, to me, it wasn't even a shocking betrayal because I didn't see where the motivation would have come from for that.
Well, he's just not a very good person.
Yeah, which is sad because he seemed fine. So
no, he didn't.
But like
the uncle.
Yeah, like during the book, like I thought he was like what? I mean, he was like weird, but like whatever. He wasn't. He didn't seem sketchy to me ever.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning of time.
You know, in the beginning. What is that from?
I don't know.
People say in the beginning. I think it's like a Vine thing or something. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that. In the beginning, she's talking about how they're sitting around the table saying like, oh, we've got invited to Equinox. And she's describing the way that her uncle is like reacting to them being invited, what he's going to do. He's like, I have a card that I'm going to bargain with the king. And she describes his eyes as just like not being very honest and like a weird, like wicked smile. And from then I was like, I hate that kid.
Oh, I don't remember that. I think I must have missed it because I liked the aunt. She seemed sweet.
I know, the aunt. And it seems Karen. Like the aunt hates the uncle. She hates him.
Oh, I missed all that, guys. Sometimes I just do be reading for the vibes and I miss everything.
So that, I think I caught onto that. And then they went to the Equinox and that's when everything went down. The uncle took Ione and she's like, oh, I'm going to go with my dad. And she's like, where are you going? And he's like, oh, to meet the king. And that's when they were like, oh, something weird's going to happen. Turns out the uncle gave the king the nightmare card that he had been holding on to for 11 plus years. Or 8, and that in return he gave him the king or the prince's hand in marriage.
Yeah, and the maiden
card.
Crazy, which I would love. Well, yes, I would love to talk specifically about the maiden card with Ione because that whole thing was. I just want to say this for anyone who's read Throne of Glass. This is like a very gentle spoiler. She, to me, it reminds me so much of Caltaine. And that character arc. And I just want you guys to know that. Her or Lysandra. I feel like it's like both that vibe. But it's just weird. Like, I just don't think she's dumb. And it seemed at first I was like, well, why is she being so dumb and just trading this for the beauty or whatever? And she didn't. I was like, she's being superficial. But now that I think about it, and especially the way she moved throughout the book and like kind of defended her. And obviously she doesn't even like Hoth at all anyway. Yeah. Like she was seeing. So I'm like, there's got to be some sort of like underlying ulterior motive. I think she's going to be the key in the second book to like helping. Like, I think she's going to swoop in and help, you know?
I agree. I do think though, like, the thing with all the cards is that as much as they give you magic and power, they also take away. Yeah, take away. So for her, the maiden card gives her beauty and like being the prettiest girl in the room, but it turned her heart stone cold. Yeah. So I feel like I could see that happening, especially when they're all sitting around being like around the chalice card or whatever. But I also feel like there's still a little bit of her inside, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because, as we all know, like, I feel like it does take you over.
Well, it's weird too, because I felt like it happened so fast. It was like when immediately after she used it, she was already colder. And I was like, I don't know if that's her just putting that on or if that's how quickly it happens. Like, because it seemed like I was confused about how quickly it takes effect, like the downsides of the cards.
Yeah.
And I think I would assume the Maiden does it quicker because you don't turn it on and off. It's like with the Scythe card or the Sith card or whatever, like you turn it on, you use it, and then you turn it off.
I think you do that with the Maiden card, no?
Yeah, but then it's like when you turn it off, do you go back to be ugly? Like what? You would have to leave it on the whole time. You know what I mean? If you want to stay beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's why I was confused about that a little bit, but she definitely is starting to give me like cunning, badass energy. Like the way she was not liking Hoth, I was like, maybe she's not dumb. I thought she was just like, I want to be a princess and I want to be pretty. Like, wah. And I was like, why are you dumb? But I don't think she is.
I don't think she is either. So I am very interested to see what happens in book 2 with her. Because I just feel like she knows something that we don't know.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about the kings and their children.
Yeah, the Rowans, which also really confused me because Rowan is the first name of a man in Throne of Glass, and I was like, who the heck? When it kept saying Hoth Rowan, I was like, I thought Hoth meant like was like a title, like Hoth Rowan. I thought that he was the king. I was like High Rowan or something, you know. Yeah. But no, I was like, oh, Rowan is their last name, right. So that took me a minute.
So the king, the way that the Rowans ended up being kings of Blunder is because long time ago they got rid of
the Shepherd King, right?
Yeah, they got rid of the Shepherd King. I think they say that they killed him.
Yeah. Oh, I have a really great quote that I saved about this, and I didn't write it in the note. Please hold, everyone. There was like a whole little. Okay, I also loved the weird poetry of it all.
Oh my gosh. We need to talk about the intros.
Yes. There was a lot of like very interesting, weird, like I loved the way that the nightmares spoke in riddles. Cause also if he was in my head, he would be pissing me off so bad. Like literally just speak normally.
I'm so bad with riddles at work. The barista has a riddle of the week. And the only one that I've gotten right is actually 2 of them. But I'll save it for another day. I'll write them down for you guys.
Okay. I think this kind of tells the story of the Rowans taking over the Shepherd King, or like killing the Shepherd King, but then him coming back now with her to take over. So it says, it's a little long, but bear with me. They came in the night, the black and red horde. They burned down my castle, put my kin to the sword. The usurper was crowned, though my blood had not dried, but he did not account for the turn of the tide. For nothing is safe and nothing is free. Debt follows all men, no matter their plea. When the shepherd returns, a new day shall ring. Death to the Rowans, long live the king. Chills. When it said that,
that's
and
crazy.
It's like,
you know what, Rachel? That was pretty good,
Rachel. You did that, but it's like, okay, so this is what happened. They came in the night, the black and red horde, with the cards.
Yeah,
and then they burned his castle and put my kin to the sword, so killed everyone. Then the Rowans took over. The usurper was crowned. The blood ended like right after. But they didn't know that when the shepherd returns, it's going to be death to the Rowans, long live the king.
Yeah, they had no idea about that. I'll tell you right now.
Crazy.
I thought it was crazy that I think what the nightmare has like visceral reactions every time he sees Hoth specifically. I think Elm is a peacekeeper, so fine, and the king. So I think that Elm is like not really their brother, but I don't know. I'm kind of making that up.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I was worried about Elm for a while. I was kind of thinking that he was going to betray them. Now I trust him now. I just think, and I guess maybe it was the uncle. Okay, here's my other thing. I obviously hate when people turn bad, people get killed off, whatever, but I think it adds to the storyline.
I don't want him to die.
Who? No, I'm not saying Elm. I was thinking that they should have killed Jesper.
No.
Well, I liked her, but at that point in the story, we weren't emotionally invested in her. And I think that...
She reminds me of Alice from Twilight.
Yes, 1,000%. But it's like, I want to know that the author's not afraid to kill people off, because I feel like if there's a little too much protection on people, it kind of takes me out of it. And so the betrayal of the uncle didn't shock me, to where if they had Elm be the betrayer or somebody like, you know, somebody else. But I think that the thing with Jesper, when she was taken away by the spirit, I kind of was like, they should have just killed her off, because I think we need a little bit of a shock, like, oh my god, nobody's safe.
I think it was I was very confused about the charms for a while, so
Me
I
too.
think that it was to clarify that maybe.
Oh, like how the charms worked. Yeah. Well, so basically, if you're an infected, you don't need a charm, right? Like, you're already automatically safe.
But Elspeth didn't know that.
But Elspeth didn't know that. But the charms were, the way that they made the charms was weird. It's like you had to bury an animal and then wait until it decayed and then take the body or something, like the skull or whatever.
Like, sacrifice it to the wood.
Yeah, he's going to sacrifice himself. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But yeah, I do agree. I hope no one dies, but I also hope that you're so right. I wish Hoth would have died.
Yeah, well, because of course he's going to come back and like whatever. But yeah, there was no major death in this book.
No, except for Orith Willow.
Yeah, who was he again? He was an infected physician who knew how to detect other infected. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, I just had a little gas there. I got a little nervous. Orin von Winkle, he's back. No. Yeah, so I don't know. I like it when authors shock you immediately like that, because it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, like, you guys know, Fourth Wing.
Yeah, and that, it's like, look, I wasn't happy about it, but that's how it do be sometimes.
Me every day.
Because then it makes you be like, oh, maybe she is gonna.
Yeah. Something crazy.
Yeah,
I agree. So sorry, going back to the Kings and Hoth and Elm. Backstory on Elm as well. We don't really exactly know what happened, but he has deep hatred for the king and his brother.
Which, who wouldn't? I mean, Hoth is an a-hole, so.
Insane. And Elm, for some reason, reminds me of Rhysand.
Really? Yeah. He reminds me more of... Well, actually, this is literally hilarious and so random. I doubt anyone's going to get this reference, but from Survivor, Tyson, this guy Tyson from Survivor, who's like a smug little a-hole and funny and like annoying, but like he'll be loyal to.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of what character that he reminds me of. Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know.
Or like kind of like in Onyx Storm, Auric.
Yeah,
the prince or whatever. Yeah, like something like that, where it's like he's like so annoying, but also like he's like,
Yes, yeah. And my theory on that is that he's in love with Ione. You heard it?
Oh yeah. Well, and didn't you say that you think she's in love with him? Or
I meant that he's in love with her. The way that the author talks about like Elspeth noticing Elm like longingly looking at her, watching her walk away.
Oh, I missed it.
And I'm like. He's in love with her.
Oh, they definitely have to get in for sure. Okay, interesting. Yeah,
Sorry, I was talking about the hatred that he has for his family.
Oh, right.
So the hatred that he has for his family.
I forgot. I literally see. This is the only downside to this format is I'm like, where were we even? We were going to talk about the cards.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
We're going to talk about the hatred he has.
Yeah, right. Perfect.
I think that one. I'm just making shit up. I think that he's not a real prince, and he hates the king and his brother. His brother would like beat him up. I think is what they were.
Who's the brother? Oh, Hoth.
Yeah.
Is it just the two of them?
Yeah.
No, but there's 4 Rowans.
Right? Because one of the things or maybe I just made that up. I don't know. Never mind.
Let us know, you guys. I think that if Hoth dies, I don't think that he would even be king, because I don't think he's a full blood of the brother. But
oh,
I don't know. I'm just making.
So he's like a bastard son. Right.
Like literally, why would they hate
the shepherd king and the bastard son?
Why would he hate them so much? And,
because they were mean.
And yeah, that. But also, Raven ended up just bringing him onto his own family. He said that he like brought him and he lived with him as brother. They took him in as their son, and like he lived at the U's for the rest of his time. Like he did not live in stone.
Well, I also was confused. I thought everybody was like, tell me why Jesper is not the sister. Like, shouldn't Jesper and Raven be brother sister?
They are.
They are? Oh, okay. Literally, I was like, because I thought that his only sibling was the sick kid. Emery.
And Emery, Desper, and...
Oh, it is. Okay, good. Okay, because I was like, that's like literally his sister. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Okay.
Like, why will anyone say that they're siblings?
No, I was like, well, she's like a friend or what? And also, like, is she a lesbian? I don't know.
Why do you say that? She's low pony?
Does she?
I think so.
She was giving
Alice from
Twilight, but lesbian version. No, you know who she's giving is what's her face from ACOTAR?
No, I know, but don't say that. This
What?
might be a spoiler.
That she's a lesbian?
Yeah.
Is that a spoiler? Is she even? I don't remember. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. 5th book.
You know.
Also, don't they like literally have the same name? Isn't she the name of somebody in this book?
No.
I don't remember.
No, you're thinking of the mom. Morsit.
What? Morsit?
Morsit is the...
Morsit? I've never heard that name in my...
Morsit, Niki? That's the name of their mom.
Wait, what? That is not the name of an ACOTAR person?
No, you fool. This book.
Guys, never mind. I'm so confused. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, so yeah, he hates his family or whatever, and then that's it.
Perfect.
And we love the use. Okay, yay. Should we talk about the cards?
Yes.
Okay.
The most important piece of the
Yes. So we'll run through them. I wrote down all the cards, most of the colors. I couldn't find some of the colors within the descriptions, and then what they give and then what they take away. So there's the red scythe cards. Power to control others, and they're all held by the Rowans, which they said, like, traditionally the Rowans control those. And then on the negative side, it causes physical pain.
Yeah.
There's the black horses, which makes a master of combat. Those are for the destroyers, and then it can make you weak if you use it too much. Golden egg is for wealth, and then the opposite is greed. The prophet card gives you glimpses of the future, but then it makes you helpless to change the future. The white eagle gives you courage, and then on the opposite side gives you fear. Pink maiden, we know it gives you beauty, but then it makes you chilled to the heart. We've got the chalice card, which turns liquid into truth serum, which we saw that happen. And I called that from a mile away. The second she was like, this tastes weird. I'm like, well, girl, you just got chalice. Like, let's be real.
I know.
I was
you
like,
just got chalice.
You just got chalice. You just got Chris. Oh my god, I can't. Or
It's me, Todd Crane.
Auntie Chris, it's me. Crane. Oh no. Guys, we have been, I guarantee you, I think some of this might not even be recording. And I'm telling you, I'm going to start editing this and our mics won't even have been working this whole time. And it's going to be a wash. So just know if the audio was actually awful, it's my fault. Okay. Chalice, all on the opposite side is poison, which we saw that happen as well. We've got the well card, which gives you clear sight to recognize one's enemies, but then you would end up being betrayed by a friend if you use it too much. Iron Gate gives you blissful serenity no matter the struggle, but then it takes years from your life. The mirror. Oh,
okay. Do you think that her dad had the well card, took a peek, and then got betrayed by the uncle?
Oh, wait, I thought that he had it was the well card.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Theory.
Well, yeah, because if it gave him clear sight to recognize the enemies, then wouldn't he know that the uncle was the enemy? Or maybe he didn't know that and that made him turn to the betrayal. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, interesting. We've got the mirror, which gives you invisibility, but then on the opposite side, kind of crazy, lifts the veil between worlds, exposing the world of ghosts.
I think
spooky whoop.
And Raven has that card.
Yeah, spookity, drinkity, winkity. Okay, and then we've got the nightmare, which speaks into the mind of others, but on the opposite end reveals your deepest, darkest fears. And then the twin alders card, which is the main big kahuna, gives you the power to communicate with the spirit of the woods, but nobody knows what the downside of using it is because we haven't found that out yet. Like nobody
knows where it is.
Yes, exactly.
And I think it's 12 of them, right? And there's like 12, 11, 10, 9.
Yeah, it's giving, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a black horse in the a twin out or in a twin owl tree. The nightmare gave to me, or the spirit of the woods gave to me.
What did you think of all of the families being trees?
I thought that was cool because then the spirit of the woods is like the god or whatever, which I was like, ooh. Yeah. And also the whole, this is like the perfect, I honestly, what? I don't know what you're going to say. Oh, the whole, you thought I was saying something weird? No, I'm not teeing it up like that.
I thought you were going to say about how they say, oh, trees. Instead of,
yeah, literally instead of, oh gods, it's oh trees. That was kind of silly. I almost wish we read this in like January because the mist was I wish I would have been reading this in the mountains. Like it was so spooky, and I love the way that the mist was like, ooh, it was so cool. Eerie. Yeah,
definitely that. I think I talked about this in some of the fall racks. That like grainy film on the whole book, and obviously like the tone of the book itself too.
I need to be putting on, you guys know I love my YouTube ambiance playlists. Imagine like a wooded road, like a forest road at night. Spooky with a traveler.
That would be scary. Sorry, so just to touch on some of the cards, the Rowans have the red Cynthia card.
Not the Cynthia cards.
Cynthia card.
That's crazy.
And I think it's interesting because they are the ones with the most power already to control, but they cannot be like satisfied, so they are the ones that are like seeking to be able to control people, which is what that does to you.
Well, and it's funny too because it kind of shows because they have those, and then they have the black horse cards for the destroyers, and it's like they
too.
Well, it's like they only care, and it shows that they care about the physical of it all, because the red Sith is the controls others, and then the black horse is like combat control. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because it's like they could have had all these other ones, but those are the ones that are important to them.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think it's interesting. Did we talk about this? Raven is immune to all of the cards.
Yeah.
Except for
there was a few. Well, the truth. Oh no, he could get behind the truth serum. I don't know, actually. I kind of forget.
I forget which one. I think he said, obviously, the Twin Elders, because he doesn't know. But I think there's one more that he might be immune to. I forget. But I thought it was interesting that he's the only one and that they know that. And it's kind of like one of those things where they're like collecting like magical beings. Like they're collecting them and using them for their army. Like he's the captain now, even though they know that he's infected. They used the doctor until he was brutally murdered. And I forget who else they said. Oh, they're trying to use Emery, but to off him
as a sacrificial lamb. Yeah. And it is crazy too how for Elspeth, like she absorbs the cards, or at least so we think. Like we don't even really know because she only ever did it with the nightmare. Well, yeah, and it's like that one she absorbed, but I'm curious of like what would it was. It's like she absorbs the negative effects of the card in theory. So it's like, what would have happened if she touched something else?
Yeah, if she touches the mirror card, like, will she just see ghosts? Will she then see the king? Also, interesting, she keeps getting visions. Also, you guys, this is going to be a mess.
Yeah, no, I don't know where we're at.
She keeps seeing visions of little kids. And what you just read was like my kin. So I'm like, maybe the Shepherd King had children.
And then the Ewes are the descendants of the Shepherd King.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe Raven is supposed to be the next like Shepherd King.
I think so. I mean, that's just my theory, but who am I to say?
But then in my mind, like her and the Nightmare are one. So then I'm like, are they related?
Okay, so I also did have that thought because I was like, ew, like if he's actually a Ewe, like ew.
You.
Sorry, another one of the cards. What happened with the well, obviously the dad had it. And like Nikki said, it did kind of pull at my heartstrings. The dad still mourning her mom. And he came to Elspeth and said, like, your mom actually gave me this card.
He said, your mom
actually gave me this card. So I think it should be with you. Like, you don't have to give it to Raven or anything, but here you go, sister. Or daughter. And sorry, then she immediately gave it away, so she didn't even get to like
do anything
with it.
But she couldn't touch it.
But I also like, what if she uses it to see her mom? Like, who knows? I feel like her mom has like a big thing.
Yeah, we need to know more about the mom. What happened to her again? Do we know how she died?
She got really sick. I don't remember.
Sick. That sounded so bitchy. I'm like, oh, you're sick. You got sick. No, yeah. Interesting. Okay. I am curious if, I guess we could talk about maybe predictions, but the spirit of the wood.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about this spirit because I'm a little confused about where the cards came from, because the Shepherd King, yeah, you give it to me, because the spirit, like, were we with spirit before? So because we were oh, actually I think I remember. Okay, you go.
Okay, so here's what I remember, and I know I'm not supposed to be this close to you because Nikki says that our audio is gonna F out.
Get the F away from me.
What I remember is that the Shepherd King made a deal with the wood to get rid of the mist.
Knock on wood. I had to. Sorry. And I was like holding it in. No, but okay, wasn't the fact that the spirit... Okay. I'm confused because I thought that the spirit of the wood was the original god that they all prayed to. People brought her offerings, people did all this stuff, and then he created the 12 cards somehow.
Via her.
But see, like, yeah, I guess via her, but like, why, you know?
I kind of forgot.
Because I remember specifically that then she brought the mist in because she was mad that people were worried more about the cards than about appeasing her. Because it was like they would bring her little treasures and like little offerings as the goddess or whatever. And then he made the cards. People were obsessed with the magic of the cards only and not the magic from the wood. And so then she made the mist, and then he had to barter with her for the Twin Alders card, I think, to complete the set.
Yeah. However, at the very end, jumping to the very end.
Right.
He does say that he actually does know where the Twin Elders card is.
Yeah. I liked him, honestly. He was giving Taryn.
He was, but also, like, it was funny because a few things we could talk about, like the little riddles in the beginning of each chapter as well.
Yeah.
But every time he would try to help Elspeth, he would always say the exact same thing. Get up, Elspeth. Get up, Elspeth. Get up. Every single time. I'm like, maybe this means something, but maybe it also means nothing. But maybe, I don't know.
Interesting. He was definitely talking in riddles the whole time. And I was like, can you, like, actually not?
I'm like, can you just tell her what she needs? Yeah. I thought he was going to protect her from the chalice, but I guess not.
Yeah. Well, we both clocked this. So each chapter had a little poem or a little card or whatever at the beginning. A lot of them had the first and last lines repeated. And I noticed that there were some that didn't do this. And I was like, I think we need to go back and kind of see which ones didn't repeat. Because I feel like that has a significant, because most of them repeated, I would say. Yeah. And to me, it felt significant that some of them didn't do that. And some of them also weren't really in like a rhyme scheme cadency, because some of them were very rhymey and very poemy. And then some weren't. And I was like, what is going on here? It wasn't consistent. And I feel like that's not a coincidence.
So I'll read one as an example. This is from chapter 6. The highwayman meets the hangman. Behind the mask, the highwayman carries 2 eyes for seeing, 2 ears for hearing, and 1 tongue for lying. There is no second chance for the culprit. The highwayman meets the hangman.
Like, which they were saying the highwayman meets the hangman a lot.
I know. But I think the highwayman obviously is Raven and the hangman is off.
Well, and I think in general, like, if there's a highwayman, they're going to get the death penalty.
Yeah, I know. One other thing, this is just me remembering random things that I caught on to. So in the beginning, when Raven first goes into the room, like a room, I forget which room, with Elspeth, I think it's his bedroom, she says it's a mess. She's like, it's so messy. And I was like, Nikki.
Wait, side note, I love that because in every other flipping book, whether it's romance, fantasy, anything, she like goes over to the guy's house and she's like, oh, it was oddly like spotless clean in his room. And I'm like, in what world is this normal?
Okay, so my theory when I started catching on to that, because I think they did it 3 times and at the very end, obviously the food, but like, she went into his room, noticed how messy it was, and she's like, this is such a contrast to the discipline. Like, if you guys think of like what they teach you when you go into boot camp,
like
or
military,
army, like you are clean, you're tidy, you like put everything away. And I think it showed early on that like that wasn't who he really was. Him being the captain of the army or anything. It was more like that was kind of like his mind and the chaos that he was like living through.
Right.
And his room was a reflection of that, because people say, his room is
I was gonna say, that's like a thing.
Mind. So I thought that was really interesting. And that's when I was kind of like, maybe he's doing something sketch. Like maybe he is, you know, working with X, Y, and Z or whatever. But I caught on to that, and I wonder if anyone else did. Anna, I'll go look at the chapters and I'll see if you did.
Yeah, Anna probably did catch on to it. No, I just thought it was funny because to me, I hate when every single book it's like, oh, and his like room or his chamber or whatever was perfectly coiffed. Like, and I'm like, most like some guys, yeah, because of the military discipline, whatever. But I'm like, be so for real. Like all of these romance books, his room was so clean, and I'm like, that's a lie. And I just thought that was interesting, and I feel like it did reflect like what he is now, where it's like that's really not who he is, and he's doing it just to play a part. Totally.
And he was given the role of captain. He didn't even want it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I liked Raven
too. However,
sweet.
In my mind, I was like, and then Elspeth, you know, like a little deep voice. And then on the audiobook, he's like, hey, Elspeth.
Well, because it was the same girl the whole time.
Oh, was it? I was asking that.
Yeah, I think it was her like doing a boy voice or whatever. And it kind of ruins it. I like when they switch in different actors, because it was like her being like, yeah, and then it was like, Elspeth, let me help you. Where are you? And I was like so annoyed.
Where are you?
Elspeth, let me help you.
Wait, let me see actually, because that might not be true. They usually give you who the narrator is just narrator is Lisa Cordelleone.
And when she was doing the nightmare too, it was like, oh, I mean, I didn't mind the audiobook. I thought it was fine, but yeah, interesting. Sweet little Raven.
Again, on Raven, how did you feel about him betraying her and like going into her mind?
I was gonna ask you this. Okay. So obviously it's hard because I'm like, I need to formulate this question or this answer. I think obviously given this situation, because I know that she was like, do not enter my mind, because she was obviously afraid of him finding out about the nightmare. Understandable. I think given the situation, I see why he did it. I think because obviously with the truth serum and everything, he was like, well, how'd you, break your wrist or whatever. Also, I was kind of like, girl, like just say like, I broke it. Because it was like, oh, what happened to your wrist? Just say, oh, I broke it.
I know.
But she, obviously it's like stressful. It was definitely an invasion of privacy. I understand why he did it though.
I understand why he did it. I think that I hated him for it. Like
You're like that though.
I know.
Yeah. Because that was the whole, I feel like that was what the whole situation with Onyx Storm was. You're like, I hate you for it. And I'm like, but I get it, I get it, but I think that was literally the only thing. And he said, I promise. And he like broke his promise. Like, oh my God, this is literally. Yeah, like he broke his promise. No, I think that's what really pissed me off. But she let it go and, peace and love. And she had to tell him at some point anyway. Yeah. I kind of do wish that she would have told Emery, I think it was, when she was like, help me. And he kind of didn't know how to help her. You know what I'm talking about? Emery?
Yeah, so Emery escaped the kingdom, came to their house, and before they send him back, she's like, can you touch my hand again and see like what happens? And he did, and he was telling her that she doesn't have much time to live, remember? Right. You don't remember. That's okay.
No, yeah, because it was like he was taking over. No, the nightmare was taking over.
Yeah. I was also interested to see that was her degeneration as well.
Yeah.
But I wonder what Raven.
I don't.
Did they say?
Well, no. I thought we did know what his degeneration was. I don't remember.
It was getting flyer and flyer.
I think it. Yeah. I thought it was like something about how it weakened like the card, or
it was like every time he used the card, he couldn't use it again. No, that's not right.
Or I thought it was like, maybe somebody can comment and let us know.
Yeah, I forgot, but it was something about the cards.
Yeah, I thought so too. I don't remember. That's crazy. Maybe they didn't say. I could have sworn that, or it was like taking years from his life or something like that. I thought it was like a shortening of something.
I think it was shortening of the lifespan of the card or something.
Maybe, but then that wouldn't make sense. I don't know.
It had something to do with like my thing is like I can only use it once or something. I forget.
Dang. Okay. Please, somebody comment and let us know what that
Anna,
was.
let us know.
Anna, shout out to you. We need to know your info. Yeah. Okay. So you were mad. So what do you think? What it should have happened in that situation then?
I think that she should have been smarter. First of all.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that the nightmare should have helped her because she was able to break the walls of the Cynthia card, but not the.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Well, it seems like he could have at least just told her what to say.
I know, right?
Because, like, they're right. There was a way around it. And was that the nightmare that told her that? Or was that Raven? That was like, oh, pay attention to what they're asking you.
Nightmare did.
Yeah. So it's like, why didn't he just say, like,
say this?
Well, I was mad that there was never an answer, you know, like, because I thought then all the commotion started and she kind of got out of it. But I'm like, why didn't she just say, oh, I broke my arm? Because he's like, what happened to your arm? And it's like, well, you didn't say how.
I think that advice Raven gave to her, but Nightmare didn't say anything. He just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wonder if it's one of those things where like he can only help her if she asks.
Yeah.
And every time she asks, she's becoming weaker. So she doesn't want to ask. I don't know.
Yeah, it is hard. Interesting.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I also feel like there's a lot more weird depth with Emery.
Yeah.
Because he, to me, feels like some type of crazy prophet character, weird little guy. Like,
sorry, he freaked me out.
He freaked me out too.
In the beginning.
I literally, last time you said in the beginning, I was sitting over here like this, like trying so hard not to be in the beginning. No. Well, it was weird because I didn't like that first scene with him.
I didn't either.
Because it was very like creepy, weird, assaulty vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this like a weird sexual predator guy? And then it turns out to be like this like 12-year-old kid who's like got this degeneration going on. I didn't love the way that she wrote that.
I didn't either. Honestly, I thought at first that it was one of the princes being a fucking weirdo.
No, like, me too. I thought that was what it was.
And then another thing on that first scene, which I saw again happen, I think 2 other times, Raven going up to him and like saying something, and then they get like snapped out of it.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
He like went up to him and was like, hey, you need to. Well, I wonder if that was him
in the with his nightmare card.
Oh, well, with the nightmare, he wouldn't even have to talk to him. He'd put it in his head. I kind of think it also could have just been him like, hey, remember where you are, who you are, whatever. Like, I'm your family. Yeah, but he's an interesting character. I don't think he's done yet. And I think, again, he's going to be a big... I think him and Ione are both going to be big components in figuring this all out and helping.
Yeah.
Because I think that he's going to escape and maybe he goes up and touches the tomb and finds something. Like, I think that...
I like that theory because he already escaped. So what we know about Emery so far is that obviously he's the brother. He's a brother Emery brother of Raven, brother of Jasper. And
apparently
what's happening with him right now is that he is currently, unfortunately, did get infected by the wood, and the king is holding him hostage.
So me too.
Hostage in
got infected by the wood, am I right? And Taylor.
And he's Niki.
That's what Taylor said. She's like, man, I got infected by the wood. Anyway, continue.
He got infected. He's now being used as a pawn for the king because the king is working on collecting all 12 cards, but they need a sacrificial lamb that has been infected, and that to them is Emery. So they're holding on to him. He's like withering away. He escaped the kingdom, went back to his home, and they're like, shoot, you kind of got to go back because the king's going to be really upset. And we didn't talk about this. The whole premise of the book is that Elspeth started working with Raven and his gang of hooligans.
Misfits.
in order to collect all the cards to cure Emery. Because once all the cards are together, the mist will lift and those infected will be healed. So that's kind of what they're working toward throughout the entire book. So I think that means that he is playing like a big part, which is because everything got kickstarted off of that. But I don't know. One, he was really freaking weird in that first scene. Two, he is kind of all-knowing, but he also said that his gift with the infection is that he can read people, so he knows every single thing.
He has to touch them.
He touches them, every single thing about them he knows from that. But he told Elspeth when he touched her that last time before he went away again, that my curse, or like the only thing, that my power gives me mercy because I won't forget. I won't remember this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. Because he kind of is like, have I met you?
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean?
He's like, what do you mean? You literally read me to filth.
Yeah, you literally read me to filth. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I do agree, though, that he might end up going to the ruin because he's a U. So I'm like, you got to be something. Yeah. So interesting. Both U brothers are infected. Maybe once they all are, like, something crazy will happen.
Well, and the whole thing about how they were hiding the cards in the tomb where they need infected blood to desolidify it or whatever and put the cards down in there. The one dark window has to be something, because why else would it be called that? So I'm just waiting for, and now I'm thinking like 2 twisted crowns, like twin alders is what I'm thinking. Twisted branches of the alder tree or something.
You don't think it's the brother, like Emery and
maybe? I mean, yeah,
Raven,
maybe. But 2 twisted crowns, like twin alders, like weird.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
That is interesting. I think if I was going to have to put any predictions for the next book, Emery and Ione are going to be big proponents or like big components for the finishing of this all. The one dark window is going to be something. And what do you think now that so at the end of the book, Hoth figures out what's going on. He locks Elspeth in the room with him and he's berating her about it. And like, what happened to your arm? I know you were out on the highwayman, like blah, blah, blah. He like cracks her head open and she's dying. And she's like, Nightmare, I need you to help me. And he's like, well, if this is going to be it, like this is going to be it. Like you're donezo. So then she's able to kill what's his face and really injure Hoth, but it ends up resulting in the Nightmare is here to stay and he's taken over her body basically. Yeah. Where do you think it's going to go from here? Like, how are they going to bring her back? Or is it going to be like a body switch thing?
So I caught on to when she was left in the room when Raven and Elm and Jasper were all kind of gathered around and they're like, okay, we got to go. Like the king is summoning us. They all left because they're all in the army. She was left in her room or the library, and then the uncle brought her upstairs. Before Raven left, she said to him out loud, like, be safe out there. I love you kind of thing. Like, be safe out there. And then the author said, and I wish those would not have been the last words I ever spoke out loud to him.
Yeah, or like if I knew it was, I would have said something different.
Yeah, something like that. So that's when I caught on to being like, okay, my prediction for that whole thing is that he's going to be able to find her kind of like they did for Stranger Things, like find her in the Upside Down in her mind and talk to her in her mind because he is the Nightmare card. Yeah. But I think the Nightmare is still going to be the outward facing, persona. Uh-huh. I feel like it's that. I also thought at the very end when she's been imprisoned, obviously Hoth knows, but he's in like no condition to uncover the fact that like Raven and everyone else has betrayed the king and is like after the cards or whatever. I thought it was interesting that the king came to visit her him or Nightmare in the dungeon. I thought right then and there she was about to slaughter him with her claws.
Ooh.
Because they were talking about like them like ringing the gel cells or whatever. And the king was spooked. He's like, why isn't she tied up? And all of the army people were like we're scared of her. We're literally terrified. So that's kind of why. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to find her in her mind and, like, bring her back. That's my thought. But how? Through the tombstone, maybe. The tombstone's still unresolved. The fire that happened there in the ruins.
Yeah, all the visions she was getting when she was dying was really interesting. Because it was kind of showing, like, all the kids that were killed and, like, all the stuff. Yeah, like, it was, like, flashing between her and Nightmare's memories.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, and I think she's going to go... I'm like, I thought he was super strong. Like, can't he just escape?
Who?
Nightmare.
Escape out of her body?
No, escape the jail cell as her.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, I think it's because her physical body probably is so weak. Like, there's only so much he could do.
Yeah, true.
Although I guess he kind of like shapeshifts within her. I have highlighted the little story that was about them, where it says, there once was a girl, clever and good, who tarried in shadow in the depths of the wood. There was also a king, a shepherd by his crook, who reigned over magic and wrote the old book. The two were together, so the two were the same, the girl, the king, and the monster they became.
They kept saying that. The girl, the king, and the monster they became.
Yeah, and so it's like, it's now come to fruition where it's like the girl, the king, and the monster they became together. So I kind of think, there's going to be, the two of them are going to have to be intertwined together in order to kind of see this through. Yeah. And then at the end, it'll split them. And I don't think he's ever going to become a person again. I think it's just going to let his soul be free. Because now his soul is kind of trapped.
Angry. Like, he needs to heal.
Yeah.
And figure out why, when, what, how, and everything.
Yeah. I think it's gonna have to be that they have to see it through together, intertwined into one. Yeah. I do like the idea that it's gonna be nightmare forward, but she can talk to him in his mind or whatever, to Raven. And then so she'll have the strength and the stuff and whatever. And maybe they're gonna have to code switch and pretend that, because he can't outwardly be the nightmare, I guess, within her body. I don't know. Yeah. But I think that at the end of it, once they lift the mist and stuff, I think it's going to be his spirit that was set free. Because when he bargained for all this, his spirit got trapped in the nightmare card, and it only got free from the nightmare card by being in her. Yeah. So he's never really it's like being in purgatory. He hasn't been laid to rest properly after he died. So I think the goal is going to be to rid her of the magic, and I think it's going to put her back officially into her body, and he's going to get to be free. Yeah. That's my guess.
I have another theory that I just came up with literally 1 second ago.
Okay.
Do you think that the Shepherd King had anything to do with Elspeth's mama?
I don't know, because I wasn't sure what the timeline was. I think that's too far back.
Too far forward.
But then again, also when they keep talking about how the Rowans took over, whatever, that's not the current king, right? The current king wasn't the one who killed him.
No, I don't think so. But
but how far ago was it? Because I kind of think it might have been more recent.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then I guess it's now the stones are crumbled to ash and ruins.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a while ago.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What if the spirit of the woods is somehow connected to her mom?
Yeah, and I also feel the dad is not done. Her dad has some.
No. Her dad, I think, is in on it, kind of. Because I also sort of was maybe he knows, because
he made a comment about the king.
That, and he just gave her the card when she needed it. That's the thing, is why would he how would he know to do that?
Yeah.
So maybe he did see that the uncle was going to betray him, and so he I don't know, something about the dad I feel is he's going to be involved in somehow, because he always seemed like he was good.
Yeah, just kind of heartbroken.
Yeah,
I just feel kind of bad.
Interesting.
And that he sent her away, so merciful in his own way. Yeah, interesting. I was thinking this throughout the book, and obviously when they introduced all the cards, if you had to have one card, which one would you choose?
Okay, wait, let me go back and look at these. It's so hard, because obviously all of the negatives are scary. And it's I don't want to, the one that's interesting to me, the chalice card, how it turns liquid into truth serum. I don't see how that, because it ends up turning into poison or whatever. Yeah. That one seems to be the one that's not going to affect the user. It kind of affects the UZ, you know what I mean? It's not, because it's if I truth serumed you, I'm not going to get poisoned. You're going to get poisoned. Right?
Yeah, unless you lie.
Well, yeah, but if I don't drink anything, if I tap the card, make you drink the water, you get the truth serum. I'm not affected.
Yeah,
whereas the other ones, it's if you use the Sith card too much, I'm going to be the one who's affected. So painful. I kind of feel maybe that, because then it's not as risky for you as the user.
True.
I mean, I want the twin altars, obviously. That's the powerful one. And I want to talk to the spirit of the woods, but
I would maybe the mirror, the invisibility cloak.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think that one would be really cool.
But then I don't want to see ghosts.
Well, just don't use it too much.
But then, how do you know when it's done, Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe the courage one.
Yeah.
Or wealth.
Maybe golden egg.
I'll take the golden egg.
Golden goose.
Oh, I'd have the golden ticket.
Yeah. I just want.
Yeah, I'll take all 12 and I'll lift the mist. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And, okay, sorry, going back to the book. Raven has the mirror, which when used too much, you will see the dead. So maybe he will get to see some important dead person.
Yeah.
And 2, the nightmare card. So...
Wait, do you think the mirror, with that, he could see the Shepherd King?
I think so, but also he's in the... Like, is he dead? Like, is his soul actually... Like, who knows?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't... I mean, he could talk to Hermione.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm like, he's going to talk to somebody important.
Interesting. Do you have any predictions for the next book?
Yeah, I think Ione's going to kill Hoth, and she's going to, like, become the queen or whatever.
She's going to kill him, like, in their bed.
Yeah.
During the coitus.
Yeah. Because she's, like, a maiden and beautiful, and he can't, like...
Yeah.
She hates him with her whole heart. So, like, I do agree with you that I think she's going to be, like, important in maybe, like, a domino effect. Like, okay, now Hoth is dead. X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Elm is the bastard son that's going to become the prince or the king. And then Emery, I think, is going to come back and be, like, something important with the with the tombstone. I liked your thought of, like, the blood
something.
And yeah,
because I feel like he really feels... I'm trying to think of what character. It's like he's a weird little prophet-y guy, like almost like Yoda, but not wise like that. Like I think he's like a secret little... I don't know.
Yeah,
something about him. I'm like, we need to know.
Like, it sucks because he's, like, dying. So, like,
oh, I want to keep reading.
I know, I do too. Okay, should we rate it?
Oh, okay. You know, I'm liking it more as we talk about it.
Yeah.
Again, I think it was just purely circumstantial that I didn't like it as much as I should have because of the way I read it and rushed through it. So I think I would probably give it a solid 4.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it deserves less than a 4, but it's definitely not a 5 for me. So I would say I would give it a 4.
I think I would give it a 4 too.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
And I'm actually, like, very excited to finish.
I mean, if they wow me, I could give the second book a 5 potentially. It's hard for me to give fantasy a 5 though. I'm picky.
It didn't feel like... I feel like a lot of books that I've read recently, the ending feels really rushed. And this felt like everything was being tied up nicely and it left us in, like, a good cliffhanger. Yeah. Not too obvious, not too, like, you could be done kind of thing. Like, I kind of want to know. I feel like you kind of need to... But yeah, and I also really liked what you said too in the beginning of it's fantasy. So much of it is, like, the shadows, and this is, like, pretty different.
It's so different, which is fun. And again, I wish it was a little more slow burn, but I liked that it felt like a good amount of world building. We were getting all the context, and now I think it felt a little slow at times. I was kind of waiting for it to be more of... I thought they were going to be setting off on a great adventure to find these cards, and it ended up not really being that, because it was like a lot of the scenes surrounding when they were looking for the cards was like in her house, at the castle. Like it wasn't, they didn't go anywhere. And I guess because it's all revolved around this one town or this kingdom or whatever of Blunder, I was just kind of hoping for they're going to be setting off on a journey and sleeping with the horses and like.
But I think, you know how in like Akhtar, for example, there are different, what are they called?
Like the courts?
Different courts.
And that's what I thought we were going to get.
We didn't get a map, so I didn't expect that. But we did get, like, obviously each place, each family. I feel like that's...
Was there no map in the physical book?
I don't know.
We didn't need a family tree or like a town's tree. No map. Ooh, which actually rubs me the wrong way. I feel like I always need a map for a fantasy. But I'm hoping that maybe in the second one we're going to be setting off on an adventure. I like one with the two things that I really like in a fantasy book we didn't get was a big training arc, because that always gets me really invested in a character like Violet, Faye, or whatever, or a big adventure. I feel like I need a big adventure.
A quest.
I need a quest. I actually am getting a little bit tired of the magical games, like Hunger Games Fight to the Death, whatever, like in Fourth Wing, the first Fourth Wing, where it's like a series of games or whatever, like trials. That feels tired to me. But I think you can never go wrong with a quest or with a training arc. And we didn't get either of those, which was interesting. It didn't necessarily take it away.
Yeah.
But I think something like that would have added for it to me.
Yeah. I feel like, again, just comparing it to the repetitive that I felt Quicksilver was, I felt like this is its own book.
Yes.
Like, we'll be able to use this as like, remember when One Dark Window, kind of like we do with ACOTAR, like I feel like it's building its own, which I really respect and I appreciate, so that it's not the same. But I haven't read a ton of fantasy this year again. But like the trials don't seem tired to me because I haven't read a ton. But now you read Fantasia, and that was kind of like that, right?
Fantasia was trials. I actually really enjoyed, oh God, why I can't think of Spark of the Everflame, which had a little bit of that trial element in it. Throne of Glasses trials in the beginning. Like a lot of these books start with trials, which aren't bad, but it ends up getting a little, because then surprise, in the 5th level, like the bad guy's there for real. Like it's like it's tired, you know. This one was different and I really appreciated it, even though I think some of the world building was a little bit maybe confusing or didn't quite make sense at times. Overall, I appreciate that.
I was gonna ask you, because I feel like a few times Raven said effing, like freaking this, like fucking this.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he like cursed, and I was like, oh, interesting that he curses in his own world of Blender. Like,
that doesn't take me out of it.
Okay, so I noticed it, like I clocked it, but it didn't like
interesting.
take me out.
You clocked his tea. You snatched his wig. Yeah, that's crazy.
Clock. I learned this.
Oh, clock it. Yeah, period. So yeah, I loved it. I will definitely be continuing, and I literally want to start the next one right now.
No, same. Should we just like sit here and just read in silence?
No, I'm like, when we go to dinner, we're actually not going to speak and we're going to read.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect
Except for then I guess I won't see you when you
and
leave
you know
me.
What, you guys, I lost my Kindle and I'm just going to move on. But like, that would be so nice to just like go somewhere.
Wait, yeah, because then we could, and I don't own the second one. I normally have a book for you, but.
I literally bought the first one. Obviously, it's in London because I had my Kindle and now I don't. But I was going to buy the second one, but I was like, let me just see first if I like the first one. But now I'm like, dang, I wish I would have gone it just so that when I get home,
so you're ready. But then you'll have your other Kindle, so you can read it.
I know. You guys know if I should like disconnect my old Kindle?
I kind of feel like you have
Amazon
to.
One?
Yeah.
Okay, I probably should do that.
Anyways, okay, so now that first of all, please comment your thoughts. I'm dying to know what everybody thought. Obviously, don't put any spoilers in the comments for the second book because us and some other people may not have read it yet. But we're dying to know what you think. Are you going to continue the series? Give us your vibes. What's going on? Love that. Love you all. Yes.
And sorry, with that, let me know, like, are you a big fantasy? Sorry, that was far away. Are you like a big fantasy reader where like this is like not up to your standards? Or are you kind of like, or like me, where you're like, you'll read fantasy here and there, but like it's not my numero uno.
I will say I posted a TikTok about it and I got a couple of comments and people were saying like this is one of their favorite fantasy books.
I've seen that everywhere, which is like also why we kind of chose it, but.
Well, I really want to read. She came out recently with another book that's called like The Night and the Moth or something like that. And apparently it's really good and I want to read it.
Okay.
So Rachel, love you, girl.
Rachel, you're killing it.
Rachel. Okay. Secondly, so we are going to chat you through our November book club read. Here's the thing. And I feel like this might be the second time we've done this. We just picked one.
Yeah, you don't get to say.
You don't get to say. Unfortunately, we normally have an Instagram broadcast channel. Obviously, we have the Fable, which you guys know about. If you go to my Instagram, Nikki Dietrich on Instagram, we'll link everything below. I have an Instagram broadcast channel that we share like for the podcast. Normally, we'll put some options in there. Apparently, we literally got to, as you know, we were reading the book until 5 minutes ago. Mariana gets to my house and I go, we didn't pick a book. So it's a little too late, but we have an explanation as to why we picked this book. It is something that has been something that has been on our TBRs for the entire year. For me, it's been like over a year.
Yeah.
We haven't really neither of us have started reading it, but we've talked about wanting to buddy read it. We think that it's like, this is like the awkward time in between where we're not quite into Christmas books, but we just finished Halloween. Like We needed something a palate cleanser. And I think this is going to be a good book. And I think it will provide some good discussion.
Yeah, I'm excited because I did buy it probably in June. And it's, again, if you go back to all of our TBRs for the last
it's on every TBR.
Every TBR. So for November, our book club pick is The Ministry of Time. Maybe I can put it here.
Hold it up. The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. Woo! I don't know that I have a description prepped, but I have read, once again, this on my TBR so many times. Basically, it's about a girl whose job is to rehabilitate people into current day. Think about as if someone was coming out of prison for 20 years. They need to be kind of shown and taught what's up with the world now because maybe they aren't aware. But
I think it's like Gypsy Rose.
Literally, where it's like you've been in prison for so long that you don't know what's going on. It's not about people in prison, though. It's time travelers.
Yeah.
So she's rehabbing this guy who came from back in the, I don't know, Civil War days or something like that, like back in the olden days. And it's like a soldier or something. And she has to rehab him into current present day. He like lives with her. I've heard really good things about this book. I think it's going to be slightly more of an intellectual read with some romance. Sounds really good to me. And I just don't think I would have picked it up organically on my own, but I've been dying to read it. So I'm hoping that we can all read this together. And I think it's going to be a fun one.
It's World War I Captain.
There you go. World War I Captain. Very excited to read this.
This sounds hilarious.
I think it's going to be pretty crazy.
She teaches him about things such as washing machines and Spotify.
Right. Perfect.
I'm excited.
Well, maybe she can teach him about the Last Page podcast on Spotify.
Maybe she should. We should write that in. Let's DM Kayleen.
Yeah.
And be like, you need to.
We're like, hey, well, you didn't mention us. That's crazy. Speaking of which, give us a follow on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. Send us to your friends. I have gotten some really sweet DMs recently about you guys saying like, we love the podcast. We listen every week, which really warms our hearts. We love you so much.
Cold hearts. And one last thing I want to say. Nikki and I kind of going into probably December, we want to do like a weekly rec coming from you guys.
Yes.
So, essentially, we just kind of want you guys to send us a DM. Maybe we'll put up a poll like every week. And we want to highlight some of your guys' recs. And I told Nikki, I was like, maybe in the future we can have people like send us a little voice
call in.
Because when I am recommending something to someone, I'm like so excited. I'm like, you have to read String Telly Diamond because X, Y, and Z. And I feel like you guys have so many good recs that you will comment and stuff, but we want you guys to be more involved in the pod and just sharing all of your guys' favorite books with everyone else. So we might introduce that in the near future. Let us know if that's something that you guys want to, submit for book rec of the week. Yeah,
and feel free to comment on any of our episodes. Like if you want to drop a comment on this one of like what book you're obsessed with right now, give us a little synopsis, give us why you love it. We'll just like maybe randomly be choosing some people to share.
That would be so fun.
But yeah, we love you guys.
Really quick, I want to give a few shout outs. To Magenta, who commented on our last video. She said that the Nightingale made her cry. So yeah, I have heard that, and I am home in LA where I do keep my one copy of The Nightingale, and I might bring it with me.
You need to read it while you're with your family though, because otherwise you're going to be crying about your sister. Yeah, you need to be with her when you read that.
Okay.
But then she's going to be like, get away from me. You're going to be like hugging her and following her around the house. So.
Yeah. Jamie commented on our video of The Life of a Showgirl saying, because we were talking about how in Elizabeth Taylor, which my favorite song, she talks about violet eyes, and she said that the violet eyes thing, Elizabeth Taylor was said to have violet eyes. So thanks, Jamie, for letting us know.
Oh, guys, we actually love when you comment on stuff.
I know. I'm like, Nikki, did you see?
Yeah, I know. We'll get on FaceTime. We're like, did you see we got a comment? So please comment.
Yeah. And then last shout out to Remu, who comments on all of our stuff. Love you.
Love you.
And Sadie, who commented on Books That Feel Like Fall, sending some recs in there. So recs like that, I think, are good for us to kind of maybe compile.
Yes.
And just send out to you guys on broadcast channel or on the pod.
Rec of the week. Yeah, that's a fun little segment we're going to start. So please drop us your recs. Love you guys the most. We will see you sometime, don't know when, for our TBR and wrap up episode.
Probably the shortest episode. It would probably be 2 minutes.
Yes. We're a little off schedule. We'll be back on track here soon. Don't you worry. And then probably off track again once we hit December. So just know we're doing our best. We love you. We hope you guys are doing well as well. And we'll see you on our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.